How many times have you asked for what felt like was the bare minimum, but it just started another fight where they yelled at you and called you those names again? I guess I can't do anything right. Your feelings aren't my problem, right? And when the fight is finally over, once again, it's you that ends up apologizing to them, isn't it? Once again, you go first to try to repair or mend this relationship. Once again, you go back to bending over backwards to be seen or heard or loved. And maybe that's because, whether we want to admit it or not, that's what we're used to, isn't it? That's what makes sense to us. That's what's familiar. It's familiar to be told, quit complaining. It's familiar to be told you're not worthy of love or selflessness. We're used to feeling like we need to work to be accepted or respected. And you know what's so sad in all this? We constantly question ourselves. We question whether or not we're allowed to feel or need that. Or maybe we are asking for too much. Maybe we are overreacting. Maybe they're right. Right? Wrong. You are far too valuable for anyone to be mistreating you or yelling at you or calling you names. You are lovable and you deserve kindness and respect, baseline. But when you already have that seed of doubt planted in your mind and somebody tells you with conviction that you're the problem, you're too needy, when they invalidate you or call you those names, sometimes it's really hard not to believe them, isn't it? I mean, the truth is, we don't really know how much neglect is too much. We don't really know where the bar is supposed to go. So we just keep lowering it, thinking maybe if we put it low enough, they'll see us as worthy enough to prioritize. And yet it's the opposite, isn't it? I've never met a single person who put their bar on the floor and their partner didn't still trip over it. So let me set the record straight. Wanting to be treated as an equal isn't asking too much. Wanting someone to care enough to listen to your perspective when you're hurt without yelling at you or dismissing you or calling you crazy isn't being too emotional. Wanting your efforts to be appreciated and reciprocated isn't being needy. And wanting to be respected and treated with kindness isn't being too sensitive. It's the bare minimum. But the truth is, I can't make you leave abusive relationships, and I certainly can't make them change. All I can do is remind you that you never deserve to be abused or yelled at or called names. That's not what love looks or feels like. And I hope that one day you find out what it truly does feel like.